Welcome everyone. In the last lecture, we talked about learning curve, within which we discussed about initial spurt and the decline. Thereafter, the plateau we have discussed. In the organization of learning, we identify when the person knows how to perform the things, he tries to manage the things in a better order so that everything gets aligned with the system of performance and the minimum efforts can provide maximum of output. So this further provides that person major learning with respect to implementation of things, and this way the person is able to perform better in the organization. Now when the person reaches to the further level, he identifies when the person learns how the things need to be done systematically, makes his things organized in the organization. Then the person has decline over the new learnings because he identifies that the things being already learned. So in that case, the person reaches to a decline of learning with the time, whereas the person remains constant with the standard of learning which he has already or she has already acquired with respect to any kind of job. Now, with the different provisions of promotion, different provisions related to better outcome being rewarded, the person comes up with more efforts, and with more efforts, the person comes up with more learning in the organization. So, the further peaks being available and declines being available where the individual makes efforts. Now, once the person makes efforts for certain things to be attained, and then if that person receives that particular attainment, then this organization, because once the person in the higher position, that person tries to learn more things for those positions, or if that person remains in the same position, then in that particular case, the person has declined over the things. So he gets fatigue related aspects being available, which we can see in this particular regard. Now, the person stays with the organization, person reaches to a level when that person knows how to perform, how to adapt with the culture, how to work socially, interact with people. So then the person identifies that there is no further new learnings being available. And when the person's time is enough with the organization, it's a time to leave the organization, whether it is a voluntary retirement or a retirement, then the person's learning gets declined once again. So which is being shown as a fatigue, where the person has less aspect of learning being available or new challenges to be accepted. In that case, when the person about to leave, that person has got excitement to leave, and there is new blood in the organization to whom this person teaches, makes them understand that how the function has to be performed in the organization. So in that, the end spurt is available where the person, while teaching, while letting the other person know about how the things need to be performed, learns new things in the organization. So this learning curve principles need to be adopted. Then accordingly, while the training programs takes place, we need to identify that there are downfalls available, there are upper things, or we can say inclinations available. So increases available. So for maintaining that higher learning, we need to take care of that. When the rest has to be taken, what additive or what supportive things need to be used, tools need to be used, so that things become more effective, attentiveness of the individual trainees can be attained. Now, once these things are available after the learning curve and all the learning principles being considered, we are able to derive a training program, or we can say content for the training program. Now the matter comes that how we need to deliver it and what will be the material used with regard to that. So when we look forward for this dimension, the next is when we look forward, so after the learning program, we understand about the methods which need to follow. Now, with respect to the methods which has to be followed for your learning, we can identify the methods are being divided into multiple dimensions, and with those multiple dimensions, we have two dimensions majorly being developed. One is for the formal employees, And second is for the management development. When we look forward for the former employees training, that is actually for all level of employees, but majorly for the technical skills related aspect. Now, when we look forward for such thing, there are two ways on the job and off the job, which we'll be combinedly studying with respect to the both training methods. The second is management development programs, where the individual managers who has to be technically sound along with human skills and conceptual skills need to be available with them. So for these people, we have got management development program because they are involved in policy making, strategy building for the organization. Now, further looking forward for this, before going for a formal methods description, or we can say management development program description, we identify two further divisions: on the job or off the job. On the job trainings are those trainings when an individual is executing the work, and at that particular point of time, instructions, directions, and guidelines will be given to individual to perform the work in a better way. That will be the on the job, while the person is executing. Whereas another is off the job trainings, when the person is actually not on the field, actually not working on a machinery or any operational platform, but the person being narrated with all the methods, all the techniques to perform, all the skills to perform the standards which are available for any kind of job profile. So all those trainings will be considered or are considered as your off the job trainings. Now, moving ahead, the first dimension of your training methods, that is a formal training method, within which the first will be your on-the-job training. So, before we go for different methods, let's talk about what are the different stages for on-the-job training to be successful. There is first, there need to have a prepared learner, or we need to prepare the learner. How the learner is going to be prepared? That we have seen the learner need to be motivated, need to come up with lots of practices. So what mostly required is the learner must have a zeal to learn. The learner must be extrinsically motivated. Certain internal or external factors are available with the individual so that that person is interested to what? Learn the things, to know new things from the training session. The another aspect, once the learner is prepared, they need to have what? Present the operations, means we need to execute all those trainings. Whatever things we need to make that person learn, we need to present that. As we see that it is a on-the-job training, so operation being mentioned, why it is being given while execution of work. So we present the operations, how the things has to be performed, being executed by the trainer too. The another next is once the person being exemplarily shown certain method of performing the things, then there must have a chance to perform those things as well. Means now first trainer has given certain way to perform the things. Now the trainee has got chance to do that particular thing, and once that person performs, they might have certain mistakes, they might have certain concerns, they might have a proper execution. So in all the dimensions, whether it is rightly executed, whether it has got certain loopholes being available, the instructions being provided to improve upon or to be working in the same way. So that is how the successful on-the-job training is possible. Now let's discuss about individual methods which are listed under your on-the-job training method for formal employee trainings. So the first which is being available, that is Apprenticeship Act. So as we know, we are going under your summer internship program currently. So this is similar for the technical educations, like any individual who pursue ITI, MITI, or that technical courses. For them, they need to have an apprenticeship program where these students, or we say trainees, are going to implement or or will get exposure to the real field work with all the instruments which they have seen in their labs are being actually performed, executing different operations in the organization, and in that apprenticeship, the person being provided that particular opportunity. Now, according to Apprenticeship Act in India, every individual need to be provided with that particular training, and according to that, they must have a stipend being associated to it. So, Apprenticeship Act being available from 1961, where we are promoting that all the technically know-how people, or we can say knowledgeable people, must have a practical exposure. Similarly, if we say this in context of management, MBA, Master of Business Administration. So in that particular case, we can identify these internships are going to be the similar aspect, but here because it is not coming under your apprenticeship act, so the stipend related aspect is not compulsory. But ultimately, the objective of your, we can say, internship program is to have an exposure related to practical life. The next is your informal learning. Now, when we look forward for informal learning, what does it mean? That whenever an individual is available in the observation, that person is not only being tutored related to the things, always being given instruction, but sometimes that person goes for observations related to aspects that of some senior is performing, executing the work, and when that person executing that work, the other person is observing, and that observation being tried by the individual. So it is somewhat like your job instruction. It is somewhat like your on-the-job training. So here it is being informal because we haven't scheduled any kind of training instructor or training structure for that. It is being taking itself in the organization. Whereas the other method, job instruction training, it is related to whatever technical performance has to be given by any individual in his or her job profile, being instructed while performing the things. So that is your job instructions training. So this is one of the method under on the job training. Now, along with that, it's not possible that every time an individual being provided training while that person is performing that job, executing his or her responsibilities. So there are other methods available called off the job training method. So former employee training method, under that off the job methods are available. Off the job training method consists first is lectures, as we take lectures inside the class for the classroom teachers. Similarly, lectures are available for the employees. Those are available in organization for different profiles. So according to the profile, different content being narrated to them for better outcomes. Next is programmed learning. Programmed learning is something like where individual became a part of certain kind of planning process. We can say program being available. The person has to be part of that, and afterwards the person comes up with outcome, being receiving certain inputs. Now we can see the process inside program learning. The first which has been given, that is presenting questions, factors and problems to the learner. In spite of narrating any information, in spite of giving the inputs from the we can say trainer side, the method follows that there are questions being raised in front of people, there are problems being posed in front of people or the learners, then the learners being asked to give a reply related to that. So when the learner comes up with a reply or the feedback for that, the outcome may be what? The outcome may be the right answer, the outcome may be the wrong answer. There will be different kind of answers available for all those problems. So the right answer will be appreciated and the wrong answer will be corrected. In this way, practically, without being part of that particular process, their knowledge, their skill, the abilities being evaluated and being narrated with the right set of information which actually need to be possessed by individual employee for getting a better performance. Now this is related to your off the job training method. We'll discuss further in the next lecture. Thank you everyone.